Friday crafting journey here. It's Friday. Thank God. It's Friday. Ooh, ooh, ooh. What's Cat's doing? This one, we're calling him Stitch Happens. Yeah, because wherever he goes, chaos ensues. He's the busiest cat I've ever, well, I haven't had that many cats, but he's so busy. Out of the 4 animals in this house, he is always up to something. Like right now, he is, oh, well, Pearl apparently has made her way underneath the cabinet somehow. So that's what Stitch is attacking, Pearl. Oh my God. So last night, come home from work, long day. The training, it was a 2-day training. I thought it was 3. Thank God it was only 2, because my ears were bleeding by the end of the day, because we had to put headphones on. It was like a Zoom thing, and we're all attending from our desk, and could have attended from home and diamond painted through this whole thing. Anyway, but I was getting work done at the same time. Yeah, I had a bunch of letters to get out, but done at 4:30, come home. I'm exhausted, you know, been up since 4 o'clock in the morning, you know, so I could do the show, get to work by 7:30 for the meeting. We had a meeting before the training. What is going on? And it was just a really long day, super tired. So last night, you know, I sat here and I diamond painted for a couple hours while I was listening to the trial. So here's the aftermath of the diamond painting last night. I was using many devices. So what I discovered was these drills. The drills are fine, but I think they're just a tad too small for the squares. And this has happened to me before in other paintings. So what happens is you just have to be very careful about how you place them. Especially when you're multi-placing, you have to be very careful to roll them down so they stretch all the way across. Otherwise, you're going to end up straightening them. So I had tweezers to single place, a straightener. We had my single placer, a 15, no, what's this one? A 14 placer, an 8 placer, 4 placer, 5 placer. Yeah, I had all the accoutrements last night. You do not need this many pens or straighteners or devices. I just seem to be gathering them as we went along. Yeah, let's quickly do the planner. Lot to get to on Friday. Yes. Okay, so we've got our planner. The week is coming to 3-day weekend. For those of you, my international friends, Monday is what a holiday we call Labor Day. It happens like the first Monday in September, where everybody just takes the day off for no apparent reason. I know there's a good reason, and I could look it up. But anyway, I just know that I get a day off. Now, I got to find one of these girls that's like in a really good mood. She's like doing a dance. Oh, there she's mad. No, we don't want that one. We got to find one where she's in love there. I don't know what she's doing there, taking out the garbage or something. Here's one where we're dancing. Are we dancing? I think that's a dance. Painting. Drinking coffee. Let's see. Oh, one, she's got a cat on her head in one of them. I didn't look at all these. So cute. Oh my God. Okay, we're going to take the one where she appears to be dancing. Yes. Because we do the Friday dance. We do the Friday dance. Okay. Friday dance. Friday dance. All right, so where's my pen? Okay, today We got to write down what segments we're doing. We're doing, in history, we're going to go back to 2004 in Russia. So an event that occurs in Russia. And it's National Lazy Moms Day. Lazy Moms Day. I need to find out what my granddaughter is doing. She has not been over to visit her grandma in a very long time. She's 14. She's at that age where it's not cool anymore to hang out with grandma. Okay, Thursday. I did not buy anything. Now, I shopped. I'm not gonna lie. And no, I haven't been to the gym. So I paid the rent. Rent is paid. Yep. I've done a lot of posting on Instagram this week. Like reposts of some uniquely yours down under Halloween canvases that are quite unique. Repost uniquely yours on IG. So check out my Instagram and find those posts from Uniquely Yours Down Under. I am an affiliate. Use the link. I won't get credit if you don't use the link. So use the link that will take you to the web page. And then there is a coupon code that you should also put in if you happen to end up with something in your cart. Yeah, which would be totally okay with me. So let me show you like where we're at with this painting. This thing's gonna take me a couple of years at this rate. Don't have a lot done. So I worked like all around her dress here. So now I've got to work on the dress, which is a beautiful 995 color. And Crystal's Crafty Creations has come up with this, I just dropped the drill tray, idea for this weekend. Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, she's doing a 24 hours of diamond painting. Now, what that means, I've done it with cross stitch, is that you just keep track of the time that you've diamond painted over the next 3 days and try to make it add up to 24 hours. Can we do it? No. No. But I'm going to give it a try because I need to get this painting, on the way. There's some gorgeous colors. I'm thinking like, that she's got the little paint palette here. I don't know if you guys can see it. She's got her little paint palette here. It might be cute to throw some ABs, some square ABs into there. That would be awesome. I have some square ABs that I got from Diamond Painting Drills, where I'm also an affiliate. Yes, this is like the advertising portion of the show. Diamond Painting Drills, down below. Use the link, go to that site, and check out what they have available. Every month they do like a little special. They have a little square container of all these beautiful drills. I haven't ordered mine for September because I'm on a no-buy. Yes. But packages are starting to trickle in that I ordered before the no-buy. I still am waiting for some yarn that I ordered. I think that's like the only thing I'm still waiting for. So let's talk about the Lazy Moms Day. Yes. Well, first of all, yes, I am a mother, but my children are grown. So they're not around to like, hey, let mom relax when she gets home from work. Which that never happened when the kids were growing up. It was like, Mom, we gotta go to swim team. Mom, we gotta go to baseball. Mom, we gotta go to judo. Mom, oh my God. Like, first of all, why does this keep falling off? I've got a ghost in this house. My God. And Mom, at least in my experience, I was trying to go to school to become a lawyer. At the same time, I'm raising children. And very rarely did my husband say, hey, let me put away those dishes for you. Or, hey, you know, there was never like a moratorium on family feuds. Like, because I had a boy, I have a boy and a girl. So, and they were almost 4 years apart. So, they got along fairly decently, I would say. You know, Ryan stuck with his friends, Raina stuck with her friends, and never the two shall meet in between. So here's a tip if you're diamond painting with tweezers, which I do occasionally. What you want to do is instead of holding your tray this way, hold it vertically so that the diamonds are lined up, and then you can just, pardon me, take them out of the tray, it's much easier to grab, and then you can like checkerboard your diamond painting, which is good. You know, if you do that for the whole diamond painting, it's going to take you about 10 years to finish it. But since I'm talking to you guys, I'll do that. This is something I do like every now and then because my hand gets really tired very quickly using the tweezers. I am proficient at doing it, but it does get really tired. And I can do 2 at a time sometimes 3 if I'm lucky, if they're really good drills. And these drills, I have to just comment and say that they're all uniformly shaped. There's not a lot of knobbly bits on them, you know, little misshapen parts at the ends, you know, where the plastic sticks out. But they just don't have that nice snap into place like for example, an Ever Moment square drill. You know, I would say of all the drills I've had to deal with, and this, for some reason, I just feel like I'm not putting down the right color. This symbol matches that symbol, but I feel like it's too dark. But I could totally be wrong. No, I guess it is the right symbol, but it just feels much darker. Okay, I'm just going to go with it. Just going to go with it. It's darker than the canvas. Canvas has a darker blue, showing a darker blue, but this is a 995, which is more of a teal blue. So I don't know. So one of my subscribers, thank you very much, pointed out, I guess she has done, Yvonne has done this canvas. Yvonne, did you have problems with the squares not lining up correctly, gapping? That's the problem. If you don't line them up correctly, they end up with gaps in them, which, you know, in the grand scheme of things, when you're looking at it from, you know, I'm looking at the Hannah Lynn from about 6 feet away. Now, I don't see any gapping because I'm not that close. And how much closer are people going to be when they look at the thing? You know, I'm not going to walk up much closer because to get the whole effect or view of the painting, you need to be a certain distance from it anyway, so you're not going to see the gapping, but I know it's there. So yeah, it bothers me. And I even thought, I'm like, you know, let's just put this painting away. Let's put it aside if you're going to get frustrated with the squares. But I really do love the image. I haven't done a Jasmine Beckett Griffin painting, and I've always loved her artwork. So we're going to go with it. Okay, so Lazy Mom's Day. So if you happen to still live near mom or you're around mom, say, Mom, hey, why don't you sit down and read a book, and I'll cook dinner. How about that? Or, hey, Mom, let me start the laundry for you, or do the dishes. Let me put those, you know, here, let me give you a foot rub. Oh my God. My kids never gave me nobody ever gave me a foot rub. First of all, I'm not a foot person. I don't know that I would enjoy that. Maybe I would enjoy it. I don't know. No one ever did it. Boyfriends included. No, none of them ever. Maybe I have ugly feet. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do I have ugly feet? Yeah, I have big feet. That's what I have. Okay. that's another subject for another day. All right, let's do crafting and crime, judge, jury, and journey. Okay, so the witness that I missed from day 2 was a crime scene investigator. Now, this is the case of Stanley Ford. And if you look up Stanley Ford online, apparently it's also a car dealership. So you have to weed through all the car dealership ads before you get to the actual Stanley Ford that's involved in this trial. So my impression of this neighborhood is that it was just like this group of old people that have grown up there, or it was kind of divided. There's like one group of people that like have grown up in this neighborhood. They've been there all their lives. Now they're in their, the witness from yesterday was, he was deceased. Let's just put it that way. He was dead. So they showed video of him, and then they read his deposition. I'll tell you how that works. It's very awkward. So that was Clarence Williams. So Stanley Ford is accused of setting fire to 3 different structures, 2 homes and a vehicle, an SUV. Now, so far, we're on day 3 of the evidence, day 4 of the trial, day 3 of the evidence. And I haven't seen really anything that convinces me that Stanley Ford is guilty of this crime. Now, so I think they're just kind of laying out the groundwork still. But so we get the crime scene investigator for the first fire. She testifies that she came in, she took photographs, she helped canvass the neighborhood. She ends up at this Clarence Williams house, who lives sort of, so here's the street, you know, and here's the street, and Stanley lives like on the corner there, you know, it's like that. Stanley lives on the corner. Clarence lives kind of next to Stanley. And then across this street is the house where the fire occurred. So across and maybe over, down one house. So if you look out of Clarence's front porch and just look to your left slightly, you will, and look across the street, you can see Lindell Lewis's house, the victim of the fire. That was his house. And Lindell was Clarence's friend. So first, let me lay the groundwork. So now we are watching a video. The jury has shown a video of him at a prior proceeding. We don't know if it was the prior trial where they declared a mistrial because everybody was scared of COVID, or was it a hearing? Don't know. But anyway, it was sworn testimony. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Yes. And at the time he was testifying, he was like 81 or 82. Yeah, pretty darn old. And as I get closer to that age, I don't consider it so old. But I'm years away from that. Anyway, bless his little heart. He's married, he's living in his house, and his cameras are his life. Like, this is what this guy does for fun. He set up these video cameras. He's got 4 cameras on his house. 1 is on the front porch. 3 are on the side over towards Stanley's house. What are you guys up to now? Okay, my sister's up. My sister's awake. So his wife goes to work and comes home. He sits in his kitchen all day long looking at these cameras, seeing what all the neighbors are doing, watching his wife come and go from work. And like, that's his thing. He set up these cameras, like jerry-rigged these cameras, because like some of them are being held in place very precariously. Hi, honey. Hi. Oh, all my animals are here. Hi, Stitch. Hi, Tootsie. Okay, go lay down. Go lay down. You've already been outside. You want to go outside again? It's raining, or it was. So he is friends with Lindell Lewis, the victim of the first fire. Lindell taught him how to play cards. Now, bless his heart, the questioning of this witness is so difficult because of his age. You know, and I learned this lesson very well. If you do not have to depose or take testimony from an older person, don't, because they tend to go off on these tangents about themselves, about nothing that you're asking them. What? Okay, what? What do you? So one of the questions that he's asked is like, are your cameras, is the date and time accurate on your cameras? He's like, I don't know. I don't know how to set the date and time. I just watch the cameras. So, and he's laughing at him. So like, I don't know. I don't know how to do that. So I just watch them. So, and you get the impression like that this is his hobby, you know, watching these cameras. So the day, and he does testify that Stan, he calls him Stan the defendant. Stan lived next door with his mother. His mother was there for many, many years, and then Stan got married and moved into the house on the other side of that house. So Stan had those two houses because once his mother died, then he had that house to himself. So apparently later on he moved into that house, and his wife stayed in the other house. And this guy, Clarence Williams, has lived in this neighborhood for 46 years. So Lindell is his friend. They play cards, they hang out, but he testifies that there was a lot of bickering that would go on between Stanley and Lindell. And so he was asked, well, what kind of bickering? What was going on? Well, they were arguing. Well, what were they arguing about? I don't know. I didn't hear it. He didn't hear it, but they were always bickering. Like, so I got the impression like he probably really wasn't listening. It went on so often. And then at one point, the attorney was trying to ask him about, did he know anything about Lindell's health? You know, like maybe I think he was trying to fish and see if he knew anything about his, you know, his hip surgeries or anything like that. And he's asking this old guy about his health. And he's like, oh man, you know, I had what do they call that thing where, you know, the quadruple bypass, and he's talking about his heart condition, and they're taking veins from his legs, and he had these, and he's going on and on and on about this quadruple bypass that he had. And the attorney's going, oh, really? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, you know, and there was no redirecting him. And I found that out the hard way. I decided, you know, when I was very in my infancy of being an attorney, I had a case, a fire that had originated in a nursing home. This man had caught himself on fire. And so I decided I'm going to depose the residents that were sitting around him, the old people. It was a lesson well learned because each one of them had their own agenda. Like they wanted to tell me about how people were stealing their money, how the healthcare was terrible. None of them would answer my questions regarding, like, when I would ask about the fire, they were like, oh my God, the flames went up. I mean, like, nothing that was helping my case. Nothing, you know, the flames were like high and they would let him smoke and like, so I learned my lesson. Yeah. If there's a slightest bit of dementia there, try not to do this. So the day of the fire, the morning of the fire, he was awake. His wife was upstairs. He was downstairs. He said he was coming out of the basement. He doesn't remember what he was doing in the basement, but he was coming out of the basement and he saw this glow outside. So he looked outside and he sees this fire at Lindell's house. So he walks out his front door and he's going over towards the house because he wants to help Lindell get out of the house. And just as he's like starting to walk across the street, he hears this loud explosion. So he's like, oh no, I'm not going over there. So he turns around and goes back home. So now he's just standing in his doorway watching. So later on, the police, when they're canvassing the neighborhood, including the crime scene investigator, when she's canvassing the neighborhood, she discovers that Clarence has these cameras. And so the detectives, they ask him a few days later, hey, can we have the DVR? You know, can we take your DVR so we can get this footage off your camera? And he's like, yeah, you can take it, but you better replace it. And so the attorney's like, well, did they replace your camera? And he's like, yeah, but they didn't give me it wasn't better than the one I had. You know, and the jury's laughing, you know, because by now it's kind of comical. So they get the footage from the camera. Now, we haven't seen the footage yet. I'm laying down these things as best I can without the light pad, because it tends to like light up the whole table. So there was really nothing that he could do about the fire except to turn over his camera footage. Now, a year later, when the second house fire occurs, they go back to Clarence's house for the footage. They're like, oh, let's see if Clarence still lives there. He does. They get the footage. But Clarence doesn't know those people and really didn't have too much knowledge of that fire. So, you know, that videotape of Clarence ends. And then there's this long bench. You know, the judge has all the attorneys come up to the bench. And in this case, the judge has this appliance at the podium that she presses this button, and everything, all you can hear in the courtroom is this white noise coming over the speakers. And what that is so it covers up the voices of the attorneys talking to the judge at the bench, you know, where the judge is. And it's annoying. It's really, really annoying. And it goes on for a while. And at some point, she tells the jury, hey, you guys can stand up and stretch. So she comes back, and apparently they were working out the details of how this next bit of testimony was going to come in. So apparently Clarence, again, we're still with Clarence, had given some other testimony that was not videotaped. So what was going to happen is someone, you know, independent from the trial, a black gentleman, he's going to sit on the witness stand, and he's going to be Clarence. And the attorney and this guy are going to read from the deposition or from the transcript. And they have to read it exactly. It's like, you know, an exercise in acting. And I've done this. It's very difficult. I both sat on the witness stand and played the part of someone who couldn't be there at trial when we were reading their transcript. And I played the part of an attorney. So the attorney has to read the questions, and the person that's on the witness stand, who's supposed to be Clarence, has to read the responses. And I don't know why they did this, because it was very, you know, with few exceptions, it was exactly what he had testified to in the videotape. It was very repetitive. Cumulative, I would have objected to. This is cumulative. Why are we listening to this again? I mean, there were some details, minor details that might have been, you know, a little different. Maybe some numbers were different. In which case, the judge said, if if the numbers are different, just disregard them. I don't know. So I did not listen to the entire day's testimony, because at the point where I started hearing this cumulative testimony, it was like 10:30 at night. I needed to go to bed. So I go to bed, watch a couple hours of that clickbait show. Oh my God, episodes 2 and 3. Really, really good. So the second episode of this the first episode was focused around the sister, the second episode was focused around the detective, and the third episode was focused around the wife. Very, very good show. Oh my God. So I was not crafting, because there's some shows I just want to watch. So I'm watching these. And then afterwards, I get a call from a fellow crafter one of my more talkative friends. And now it's like, it's very difficult to get this woman off the phone because she's like, get that. And I'm like, I gotta go to bed, gotta go to bed, gotta go to bed. And then she has a few more things to say. God love her. I love her to death. But she could talk the ear off a donkey. I love you, girl. But yeah. So it was like 1 in the morning before I get to sleep. Now I've been up like, what, 20 something hours? I'm exhausted. So I feel a little bit refreshed. I got 4 or 5 hours of sleep. And Trevor went live yesterday. Kiss My Stained Glass for 5 hours. How do you talk for 5 hours? Well, he did have some guests on. He had Billy and Lizzie on. And I was popping in and out, but I really couldn't focus on that. Trevor, I love you to death, but I can't sit in a live for 5 hours. I got stuff to do. I know. And I know you would understand that. Yes. So let's end with this day in history. It's Friday. No training at work today, so I will be able to listen to trial coverage. So tomorrow there will be a Saturday edition of the show, so we can maybe catch up on the weeks. I'll have Saturday, and I'll have Monday, and I'll have Tuesday to catch up on this trial, because there's no trial on Monday because it's Labor Day, and nobody works on Labor Day. All right, so now I'm going to tell this as in a story format. And before I do, let me just, that kind of reminds me, I don't say this in every show, but make sure that when you're watching that you, if you're enjoying the content, please hit the like button, then take it out to get it donuts for the weekend. It's a 3-day weekend, so get a dozen. Make sure you go take it to a place where you get 14 in a dozen, like a baker's dozen, because the like button's going to want to eat the extra ones, and he likes the ones with coconut on it. So hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. If you happen to have sat here for the last 30 minutes, thank you. So subscribe, hit the notification bell when you want to know when I have another video posted. Updates on the trial, other crime stories, and just general chit chat about the animals and my life. Stitch he's under that rug that you're seeing back here. That's his favorite place. He likes to go under there and go to sleep, which is good, because if he's asleep, I know what he's up to. Yeah. All right. So imagine you're in Russia, first day of school. You're taking your kids. We're going to school. Yep, we're going to school. It's the first day of school, and we're celebrating. The whole school is out in the yard, and we're all celebrating. And then all of a sudden, all of these armed gunmen rush in and herd everybody into the gym. Now, some people escape. Some people didn't. 1,200 people are herded into the gym of this school. And I get the impression it wasn't a very large school. The gym is surrounded by explosives. These were Chechenian terrorists. Russia had invaded Chechnya and had troops in Chechnya. This was on September 1st that all of this happens. They're herded into the gym. Hostage negotiations start. They go on for 2 days. They want Russia to release or to pull all their troops out of Chechnya, which didn't happen, by the way. So now all these people are sitting in this gym for 2-3 days, September 1st, September 2nd. On September 3rd, there's an explosion in the gym. Now, according to the survivors of this, it was an accidental explosion. It wasn't. the explosion wasn't set off on purpose. So there's an explosion that collapses the gym. The gym collapses. When the gym collapses, the police that are on the outside of this, the Russian police, start shooting. So now there's gunfire going back and forth. People are running and screaming. There was at least 32 hostage takers, people, individuals that were part of this terrorist group that were holding these hostages, and they herd what few people they can into the cafeteria and put them up against the window to use them as human shields during this gunfire. So when all was said and done, 331 people were dead. Over 700 people were injured. I never heard anything about this. This was in 2004. I don't remember ever hearing about this. So of the 32 hostage takers, and a lot of the hostages described that there were way more than 32, but they only caught one of them, and they tried that one, convicted of him, and he got life in prison. But a man by the name of Shamil Basaye, whatever, Basaye, he was an Islamic terrorist, but he was leader of this Chechen faction. He claimed responsibility for this whole event, and he later died in an explosion. A mysterious explosion. Yep. How horrible was that? Over 700 people injured. Yep. And, the Russian government was really criticized for the way that they handled the whole thing, including the rescue efforts afterwards, getting people to hospitals and just horrible. That's the way we're going to end the show, with a bloodbath. I know, it's terrible. So tonight, my friend Mickey Sunshine Creates, she will be on at 8 Central Standard Time. Jennifer Roberts, DP Addiction Adventures, will be on at 9 Central Time. And after that, you're on your own. You can watch whatever, whoever. Those are the two that I recommend. Those are the two that I'll be watching. I'm going to watch some more of Clickbait because it's such a good show. And I'm all caught up on Big Brother. Yep. We don't know who the HOH is because it was a endurance competition. So once they start those endurance competitions and they go off camera, unless you pay for Paramount Plus, you're not going to get to see how it ends until Sunday night when they televise it. So we're going to wait for Sunday because I'm not paying for Paramount Plus. Nope. Not going to do it. Why is it? I need the pink lid and not the purple lid. Oh, well. Or I need to just put it on correctly. Yep, there we go. All right. Have a wonderful night, guys. I will see you tomorrow. Where's my magnet? There. In the Saturday edition of Crafting and Crime, or maybe in a Zoom, or you can just message me. I love you all. Bye.